In this video, I'll show you how to properly set up and install the remote pressure switch version of the Nightstick TWM weapon-mounted light onto your long gun. Before I get started, a quick word about safety. Please be sure to read, understand, and follow all of the safety instructions for your firearm. And always double check to make sure that your firearm is in a safe and unloaded condition before doing any kind of work on it. As you can see, I have no firearms on the table today. Instead, I'm going to be installing the light and the RPS onto a handguard. Let's take a quick look at the contents that come with your new Nightstick TWM-354 or 854XL. Included in the box, you'll find the light, the remote pressure switch, the NS PIC1 Picatinny Rail mount for the pressure switch, the two-part Velcro pad with the pressure-sensitive adhesive strips, the alcohol prep pad, the NS WM1 wire management clamp, 2 CR123 batteries, 2 modular channel locking inserts with one of them pre-installed at the factory, a spare insert screw, and of course an Allen wrench. There's also a printed version of the Quick Start Guide. A full instruction manual with step-by-step instructions and photographs is available on the Nightstick website if you should need it. The first step is to install the batteries. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, undo the battery door retention screw, then insert the batteries into the light, making sure that they're oriented according to the battery orientation symbols on the side of the light. Now, press the battery door back into place and tighten the screw. This screw needs to be tightened only to the point of being snug. No need to over-tighten. With the TWM in one hand and the RPS cable in the other, insert the connector of the RPS cable into the mating connector on the battery door until it's fully seated. Now, simply screw the threaded coupling ring on the end of the RPS cable onto the external threads of the TWM battery door in a clockwise direction by hand until it's fully tightened. This should only be tightened by hand. No tools are necessary. Your TWM comes with the L2 modular channel locking insert pre-installed from the factory. Optionally, you may wish to use the L1 insert instead. The L2 insert has 2 raised sections that will lock onto a section of Mil Standard 1913 Picatinny Rail. If your specific installation doesn't allow the room to use the L2 insert, use the included Allen wrench and remove the L2 insert and install the L1. It's completely your choice. The next step is to install the TWM onto the Picatinny Rail. While holding the handguard in my left hand and the TWM in my right, push in on the rail clamp tension screw to fully open the movable portion of the rail clamp. Then place the movable portion of the rail clamp into the groove of the Picatinny rail and align the modular channel locking inserts with the slots on the rail. Next, rotate the TWM onto the rail and release the pressure on the rail clamp tension thumb screw, making sure that the light is fully seated into the slots on the rail. While holding the handguard and light in place with one hand, simply tighten the cross tension screw using a coin. A quarter or a nickel works best. Please be sure to fully tighten the light onto the rail. The RPS pressure pad switch can be attached to your firearm using at least 3 basic methods. Using the included NS PIC1, which allows you to attach the pressure pad switch to a section of Picatinny rail. The 2-part Velcro pad makes it possible to adhere the switch to any smooth, clean area of your firearm. And finally, installing the pressure pad switch into a third-party vertical foregrip. Let's take a brief look at each option. The NS PIC1 allows the user to mount the RPS pressure pad switch to any section of Picatinny rail. Begin by fitting the NS PIC1 over the section of Picatinny rail where you want the RPS remote pressure pad switch to be located. Flexing the rail grabbers a little, if needed, will make the installation a little simpler. Basically, the installation is similar to installing rail covers. Once the NS PIC 1 is installed, insert the RPS pressure pad switch into the upper molded profile of the NS PIC 1 until fully seated. The included Velcro pads come with 2 strips of pressure-sensitive adhesive already attached that allow the RPS pressure pad switch to be adhered to any clean, smooth surface of your firearm. Prior to installation, be sure to use the included alcohol prep pad to completely clean the application surfaces of the firearm and the back of the RPS pressure pad switch. Once the residual alcohol is fully dried, remove the backing strips from one side of the PSA and attach it to the back of the RPS pressure pad switch. Then, repeat that same process to attach the RPS Velcro strip assembly onto the firearm. Next, you want to apply even pressure and allow the PSA tape to cure for approximately 24 hours for the best adhesion. The hook and loop portions of the Velcro may be separated in order to facilitate temporary removal of the RPS pressure pad switch from the firearm. Various aftermarket manufacturers make vertical foregrips that the Nightstick RPS pressure pad switch will fit into. As an example, the Tango Down vertical foregrips allow the RPS pressure pad switch to slide perfectly into the molded slot of their grip. And of course, any other manufacturer's vertical foregrips that has the same profile would work with the RPS pressure pad switch as well. There's one more component that comes with your new TWM, and that's the NS WM1 wire management clamp. This unique component attaches to any section of Picatinny Rail to secure any section of wiring, in this case, the cable on the RPS. This little device has a lot of versatility to it. The design allows 1 or 2 wires to run this way, or that way, or even both, and you can even loop the wire to turn it 90 degrees if necessary. For my installation here, I'm simply going to secure this portion of the wire to this section of the rail. Using the included Allen wrench, loosen the cap head screw on the side of the WM1. Place the wire into the desired slot and then place the WM1 onto the rail. Then, simply tighten the screw on the WM1 until it's tight. It's that easy. Feel free to try different configurations until you have one that works best for your setup. Congratulations! Your new Nightstick weapon-mounted light with the remote pressure switch is ready to go. If you have any questions or if we can be of any assistance, please call our customer service department at 800-233-2155. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.